Hi, how are you guys doing? I don't know about you, but I am super happy to be back and practice with you. I hope you were practicing in the past few months my other classes and you kept up with your yoga practice. Thank you so much for coming back and patiently waiting for me. If you are new watching this video, my name is Daniela. Please subscribe as well. Give a try to my channel. And if you guys have your yoga mats, let's begin our practice this morning. We'll start here, have two blocks. Maybe you might need them or maybe not. We'll start here in a cross-leg seated position with the right leg in front of the left, bringing the hands at the heart in Namaste, closing your eyes and pressing the fingers equally against each other. Just a moment here before beginning our flow today, to say thank you to yourself for showing up on the mat, to say thank you to yourself for never giving up on your yoga practice, and thank you always for the gift of life. Always starting your day with gratitude, smiling at yourself from inside out, being grateful, happy to be here, to be alive, and showing on the mat. Beautiful. Take your time always in the poses. I want to remind you that. I want to remind you to breathe, to not rush, to always work with your body and never against. One last breath here together. And exhaling all the tension out of the body. And if your eyes are still closed, slowly and gently open them up. Keeping the cross of the legs. Just bring the hands in front of you, sitting bones down on the mat, and exhale, forward fold. Again, keep the sitting bones down, drop the forehead down, and walk the hands towards the top of the mat, just stretching the side of the body. Breathing here for 2 breaths only, spreading fingers on the mat, making sure you roll the shoulders away from the ears, and again, keeping sitting bones on the mat. One last breath. And then head up on the inhale, and on the exhale, walk the hands back towards you, changing the cross of the legs. Bring the left leg on the mat in front of the right, sitting bones down, hands in front of you. Inhale away from the lower back and exhale, forward fold. Keep the sitting bones down. Surrender. If the floor is too far, always use a block under the forehead and energizing the arms. Walk them towards the top of the mat, rolling shoulders away from the ears and keeping sitting bones on the ground. Just another breath here. And then head up, inhale, exhale, walk the hands back towards you. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, interlock the fingers at the lower back with the right index on top of the left index. Bring the left top palm on the right side of your rib cages, right elbow from the back. Bring it in line with your shoulder. Stay away from the lower back, and on the exhale, drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders, stretching the left side of the neck and the shoulder as well. Not tensing, just breathing. One last breath there. Coming back to center, releasing, changing the interlock of the fingers at the lower back. With the left index on top of the right, stretching the arms back and down, and then bring the right top palm on the left side of your rib cages. Left elbow comes in line with your shoulders from the back. Inhale away from the lower back, and on the exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Stretching right side of the neck, right shoulder. Inviting you to take a break during your practice at any time if you need. Inviting you to breathe all the time, reminding you that the better you breathe, the better you'll practice. Last breath there. And when you're ready, come back to center. Release. Extend the legs in front of you for a moment, just pointing toes forward and back a few times. Making a few circles with your ankles to the outside and inside. And then cross again. Make a fist. A few circles with the wrist as well. Relaxing the shoulders. Circles into one direction and then change. And when you are ready, release. Bring the knees to one side and lift yourself to a tabletop. Arms are shoulder distance apart. Spread the fingers on the mat. Knees are under your hips, moving into a first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes in. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, press back. Bending knee one at a time, walking your dog, pedaling the feet for 3 breaths. Sharpening sitting bones, back and up. Shoulders away from the ears, lengthen upper body. Your neck is long, your head is heavy. Not fighting gravity. And then finding stillness in our downward facing dog. For 2 breaths, keep pressing gently the mat away from you. Long neck, heavy head. 1 last breath. Keeping a soft bend through the knees if your heels are not touching the mat. And when you are ready, exhale yourself back to a tabletop. Knees under your hips and wrists under your shoulders. Extend the right leg to the back. Keeping the hips in one line, left outer hip up, right outer hip down, slightly engaging abdominal muscle, not collapsing in the shoulders, extending left arm forward towards the top of the mat, and on your next inhale, simultaneously, right leg lift up, lift off the mat together with your left arm. Again, not tilting on the left side more than the right, not collapsing in the right shoulder. I gaze towards the top of the mat and down, so I keep my neck long as well. Just 2 breaths here. 1 more. And then keep the right leg up. Left hand goes down on the mat. Walking the hands closer towards you. Tucking the left toes in. Use the strength of your arms and the breath, the inhale to press up and exhale to a 3-legged dog. Great job. You're still keeping the hips in one line. Left outer hip up, right outer hip down. Bending into your right knee. Make a circle into one direction with the right knee. Maybe to the outside first and then to the inside. Great job. Extend the right leg back and up. 3-legged dog for another breath. And when you are ready, right foot steps in between your hands. Gaze at the top of the mat. And drop the left knee down, not on the same line with the front heel, moving into a half split. Extend the front leg, using a hand if you need to step the right heel down, toes up. Hips are squared. Inhale away from the lower back. Stay here, or on the exhale, forward fold. Keep inhaling away. Relax the shoulders, away from the lower back. 1 last. And then inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step the right foot down, framing the right foot, left toes in, runner's lunge. We step to a plank and moving to a Vinyasa. Chaturanga. Inhaling always the back bend that you prefer, and exhaling back to a downward facing dog. A good time if you need a cleansing breath. Beautiful. Walking the hands to the back of the mat. Cross the right leg behind the left. Maybe your pinky toes are touching. Inhale away from the lower back. Keep the sitting bones back and up. And on the exhale, fold. Soft bending knees if you need. Long neck, heavy head. Relax the arms. Maybe use the blocks for your hands if the floor is too far. Just a breath here. And then when you're ready, head up. Inhale, halfway up. On the exhale, hands in front of you. Uncross and walk back to a plank. Moving through a Vinyasa. Again, reminding you to use the knees, dropping them down if you need. Either way, exhale without collapsing. Elbows in, back bending on the inhale. And exhale back to it. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Exhale, knees down on the mat. Back to our tabletop. Wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Extend the left leg back. Right arm forward, hips are square, slightly engaging abdominal muscle. Simultaneously, we inhale, left leg up, right arm up off the ground. Gazing in front of you and down on the mat. Not tilting on one side more than the other. Kicking through the back heel, not collapsing in the left shoulder. Relaxing the jaws, just breathing. Only 1 more breath here. And when you are ready, right hand down on the mat, left leg stays up, walk the hands closer, tuck the right toes in, inhale, right knee up, and exhale, press back to a 3-legged dog, making that circle with the left hip, so bending left knee, draw a circle into one direction with the left knee, and then change.
Extending the left leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Staying here for a breath. And when you're ready, gazing to the top, left foot steps in between, right knee down, not on the same line. With the front heel moving into a half split. Extend the left leg, walk the hands to the back, using a hand if you need to bring the heel down, toes up. Hips are in one line. Inhale away from the lower back before you fold. Not hyperextending, keep a soft bend through the knee if you need. Relaxing the facial muscles. Always inhaling away from the lower back, exhaling, trying to fall deeper or not today. Beautiful. And then when you are ready, inhale, come on up. Exhale, step the foot down, frame the left foot, right toes in. Runner's lunge, extend the right leg. We are stepping back to a plank and move through a vinyasa, reminding you that you can always keep them and just move straight to a downward facing dog. Great job. Walk the hands back towards the feet once again, crossing this time left leg behind the right, pinky toes ideally touching each other, inner thighs are squeezing in, keep a soft bend through the knees if you need, but sitting bones back and up, inhaling halfway up before you exhale and fold. Give a nice stretch to that left outer hip, left hamstring, making sure the back of the knee doesn't hurt. Long neck, soften the jaws. Last breath there. And then we inhale halfway up. Exhale, release the hands and uncrossing, walking back to a plank. Chaturanga. Back bend of your choice. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Letting go the tension. Beautiful. Once again, right leg back and up. Three-legged dog. This time you hold for 2-3 breaths. Hands equally pressing down. Just the same way you do in downward facing dog. Left outer hip rolls up, right outer hip down. You are breathing. Long neck, heavy head. Gazing in between the hands. Right foot steps in between the hands. Step the back foot closer, not on the same line with the front heel, extending the front leg, keeping the hips square, preparing for your pyramid pose. Inhaling away from the lower back, moving the hands closer towards you, under your shoulders, so you can relax the shoulders. And on the exhale, forward fold over the leg. Keep a long neck, soften the shoulders and the jaws. Make sure to use the blocks if you feel like the floor it's too far right now. One last breath there. And then inhale halfway up. Left foot, back foot steps next to the right. The hands are walking forward. And bring in big toes to touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Bring the arms with you. The head will be the last one to come up. Inhale, rise, rise, rise. Slowly, gently looking up. Exhaling, hands up the heart, Samasthiti by the side. Inner thighs together, tailbone in, shoulders away from the ears, big toes touching, top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back on the inhale, using lower legs as props if the floor is too far. Plant the hands down, bending knees until you're able to do so. Left foot stays, right foot step back. And closer, not on the same line with the front heel. Left outer hip rolls up, right outer hip down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold over the left leg for your pyramid pose on the other side. Keep inhaling away from the lower back. Exhaling to fall deeper or not. Relaxing in the shoulders and facial muscles. Last breath there. Make sure as well you're not hyperextending left knee. And when you're ready, inhale, come on up. Frame the left foot. Step the right foot slightly back so you are able to shoot the left leg back and up for a three-legged dog. Holding for 2-3 breaths. Keeping the hips in one line. Right outer hip up, left outer hip down. Equally pressing the hands down. Still keeping a long neck, heavy head. You're breathing. One last breath there. And then we step to a downward facing dog where you feel free to stay and rest, or inhale yourself forward to a plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Back bend always of your choice. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Gazing to the top of the mat, walk, step, hop, your jump. Your feet in between the hands, big toes touching, exhale, forward, fold. Bending knees, inhale yourself up to a chair, making sure your lower back feels okay. Tailbone stays in, you're not collapsing forward. Shoulders away from the ears, inner thighs together. We hold here for a breath. And when you are ready, bringing the hands at the heart in Namaste, we got to twist to the left. So right elbow comes outside your left knee. You're scooping in, rolling left shoulder back, right shoulder forward, hands back at the heart in Namaste. Your inner legs are again squeezing in, your two legs become one. And maybe one breath, we gaze up towards the left shoulder. Breathing. One last. And then back to chair on the inhale, where you keep the right leg where it is. You got to step the left foot back, coming into a high crescent. Before you kick through the back heel, make sure to keep the tailbone in. Inhale yourself away from the ground. You keeping the hips in one line. And you inhale away from the lower back, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. And on your next exhale, you're going to twist to the right, bringing the arms parallel to the ground, making sure this is not bothering your lower back. You turn the gaze and chin towards the right hand only as much as you can. Softening the facial muscles. One last breath there. And then we come back to center, inhale, exhaling for a warrior two. Left foot steps sideways, arch of the foot in line with the right heel. Turning the gaze towards your right hand, not letting your right knee to fall in. 2 breaths here. Outer ridge of the left foot will be pressing down, right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot pressing down. Reverse your warrior, left hand reach for the right inner hip or right side of the rib cages again. Right palm flips to the sky, upper body away from the lower back. Exhale, right arm towards the back of the mat. Nothing changes in your legs. Maybe just turn the gaze towards your right elbow. Only a breath here. And then gaze back in front of you. Inhale yourself back, warrior two. Extending the front leg, preparing for a Trikonasana triangle. Exhaling, right hand on your lower leg or using the block, or if it's available, right hand all the way down on the ground. Left shoulder remains up towards the ceiling. Lift and reach for the ceiling. Long neck before you try to gaze up towards your left hand. Don't collapse in the right shoulder. Use a block if you need. Last breath there. Then gazing in front of you, you're going to press up with the inhale, pushing through the heels, and same. Left arm reach to the back, right arm energize, and exhale, reach towards the back, reverse your triangle. Back to center on the inhale, turn your right toes in and left toes out. We're going to do the same at the back of the mat. Left heel in line with the arch of the right foot, left knee bends, warrior two at the back of the mat. 2 breaths. Gazing towards your left hand, keep the tailbone in, shoulders relaxed. The more you will be bending into your left knee, the more you will be pressing out the reach of the right foot into the mat. One last breath before we reverse warrior as well at the back of the mat. So when you're ready, right hand, reach for the left inner hip or the left side of your rib cages with the top of your palm. Left palm flips to the heavens and exhale, moving towards the top of the mat without crunching, right side of the rib cages. Maybe turning the gaze towards the left elbow. Just a breath. Gazing in front of you, come back to center, triangle at the back of the mat, extending the left leg, shortening the distance if you need in between the feet. Exhaling, left hand on your block or down on the mat, or left lower leg. Turn the right shoulder to the back. Reach for the heavens. so you keep the right arm energized. Don't collapse in the left shoulder, long neck. Before you try to look up. Just a breath or two there. Please use the blocks if you think you need them. And when you're ready, gazing in front of you, pushing through the heels, inhaling, rise back up, turn your left toes in, right toes up, and exhale, frame the right foot, preparing for a pyramid once again. Left foot step sideways, not on the same line with the front heel. Hips are squared. Inhale away from the lower back, exhale, fold, relaxing the shoulders. Only another breath there. And then we inhale halfway up. Keep the left hand where it is, down on the mat, wrist under the shoulder, maybe on the block. Inhaling there, exhaling right arm up for a Parivrtta Trikonasana. Ideally, one day our left arm will be stepping outside of our right foot. Again, turning the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Don't collapse in the left shoulder. You might gaze up towards your right hand. If balance, it's there. If not, it's okay. And you breathe. Just another breath. And then exhale, frame your right foot, stepping back to a plank and moving through your Vinyasa, or skip it if you want. Exhaling back to a downward facing dog. Very good, great job. Gazing to the top again, hop, step, jump. Your feet in between the hands, big toes touching, exhale, fold. Bending knees, back to chair on the inhale, Uktanasana for 2 breaths. Make sure lower back feels okay. You are not collapsing forward. And then we're going to twist to the right. Hands at the heart in Namaste. Left elbow scooping outside your right knee. Scooping in, left shoulder blade turns forward, right shoulder blade to the back, hands back at the heart in Namaste. Gazing up towards your right shoulder for a breath or 2. Inner thighs together. Make sure lower back it's okay. Jaws are relaxed. And then when you're ready, back to chair on the inhale. This time left leg stays, left foot stays where it is. We're gonna step to a high crescent from here. Right foot step back. Take as many steps as you need to go there. Before you kick through the back heel, make sure tailbone stays in, hips are squared, front toes heel inside outside of the foot. Press down. Just a breath or 2. And then slowly inhaling again away from the lower back. On the exhale, you're gonna twist towards the left. This is only happening in the shoulders again. You turn the gaze towards the left hand, only as much as the neck can go. Holding for a breath. And then when you're ready, inhale back to a high crescent before moving into a warrior 2. Inhale again, exhale, right foot step sideways, arch of the right foot in line with the left heel. Arms are coming parallel to the ground. Turn the gaze towards the left hand. Don't let the left knee fall in. 2 breaths here before we reverse our warrior. Breathing always. And when you're ready, right hand reach for the left inner hip or the left side of the ribcage. Stay away from the lower back. Flip the left palm towards the sky. Exhale, left arm reach to the back. 1 breath or 2, gazing towards the left elbow if it's available. Nothing changes in your legs. And then we come back to center. Pushing to the left heel, extend, prepare for a Trikonasana, maybe shortening the distance in between the feet. Exhaling, left hand down or on the block or left lower leg. Keep the right shoulder up, long neck before you gaze up. Breathe. Roll the right outer hip to the back. Energize that right arm, reaching for the ceiling, looking up, only if the neck is okay. Gazing in front of you, push through the heels, press up with the inhale, right hand again, reaching for the left side of the rib cages. Left palm flips to the sky and exhale, reverse. Exhaling towards the back of the mat. Coming back to center. Left toes in, right toes out. Heel of the right foot in line with the left arch of the foot. Bend your right knee. Gazing to the right. Warrior two. At the back of the mat. Tailbone in, strong arm. Sharpen the fingers. Don't let the right knee fall in. Pressing the right toes, heel inside, outside of the foot on the mat. Outer edge of the left foot. Pressing down. One breath before we reverse our warrior. And when you're ready, let's go. Left hand reach to the back for your right inner hip. Right palm flips to the sky. And exhale. Nothing changes in your legs. Reach that right hand towards the front of the mat. Not collapsing. Right shoulder forward. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Maybe gazing up to your right elbow. And then back to warrior two, Trikonasana. We go, extend the right leg, exhaling. Right hand down on the mat or on the block or on the lower leg. Left shoulder remains. Turn to the back and left arm reach for the ceiling. Long neck, look up. Just a breath or two. And if you're gazing up at your left hand, gaze in front of you. Push through the heels, rise and reverse your triangle. Left arm reach to the back. For the right side of the ribcage is right palm reaches towards the top of the mat. Come back on the inhale. Turn your right toes in, left toes back out, and exhale, frame the left foot. Stepping the right foot sideways, not on the same line with the front heel. Left outer hip rolls up, right outer hip down. Inhale away from the lower back. Exhale, fold again over your left leg. Keeping a long neck. Softening shoulders and jaws. Not hyperextending. Use the blocks if you need. Last breath there. Inhaling halfway up, walk the hands forward to frame the left foot. Right hand stays, use a block if you need. Wrist under the shoulder, don't collapse in the right shoulder. Inhale in. Exhale, left arm up. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Turn the left shoulder to the back, right shoulder to the front. Gazing up at your left hand if it's available, only if the balance is there. Neck, it's okay with that. One breath or two. And then when you're ready, release. Frame the left foot, step the right foot back. We step back to a plank and we take a chaturanga. Why not? Inhaling, back bend of your choice. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Great job. You did a great job today, guys. When you're ready, take a moment here. Sigh it out, all the tension if there's any. And then slowly exhale your knees down on the mat. Bring them forward. Feet and legs to one side and sit. Extending the legs in front of you. Taking the two blocks, if you need them and if you have them, placing them behind you. Again, only if you think you need them. Otherwise, bring your palms down slightly behind you, not collapsing. Inhale your heart forward and up, and then bending the knees, keeping the feet hip apart, pressing four corners of the feet into the ground. Inhale your hips up, slightly engaging your abdominal and glutes squeezing at the top. Gazing up at the ceiling or at your belly button, not dropping the head down to choke yourself and not collapsing in the lower back. We hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then from here, you're slowly gonna sit down, touching the mat slightly, and then extending the legs, moving your sitting bones in between your hands. So I'm not sitting actually, I'm not even touching the mat, just my heels are on the mat. That's why I'm saying use the blocks if you need. Then you're gonna press back up to a reverse table, and we do this 2 more times. Going down, extending the legs, move the sitting bones in between your hands, and come back up. And for the last time, move your sitting bones in between your hands, extending the legs, come back up, holding for another 5, 4, 3, don't let the knees fall on the side as well. 1 more, press the 4 corners of the feet into the ground, and again, round 2, Sitting bones down, and in between your hands, extend the legs. Come back up to your reverse table. And again, one more time. Your heels are down, toes are up. And come back up. Last one, extend the legs, sitting bones in between your hands. And up again, hold for last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower yourself down, extending the legs in front of you. Bring the feet together, heels together. Push through the heels. Point the toes up. Inhaling with a neutral spine, arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Paschimottanasana, 2 breaths there. Softening facial muscles. Just breathing, reminding you if you cannot reach your toes today, it's okay. Just go as far as you can. One last breath or 2 here. Every in-breath, lengthen away from the lower back. Every out-breath, fold a little deeper or not. Last one. And then inhale halfway up. Exhale, you release, crossing the right leg in front of the left. Sitting bones down, hands in front of you. Exhale, fold. This time you can just bring the palms on top of each other, resting the forehead there, or on the block if you need to. Try to keep the sitting bones down. 1 breath or 2 there. And then head up, inhale and exhale to press yourself back up, bringing the arms up on the inhale, twisting to the right, left hand on your right knee, right hand behind you, turn the chin and gaze to the back, only as much as you can. Making sure you're not collapsing in the right hand, so you're not crunching right side of the rib cages. Stay for 2 breaths. Stay for 1 more. And then come back to center to release, changing the cross of the legs, left leg in front of the right, sitting bones down, hands in front of you. Exhale, fold, bringing palms on top of each other. Maybe this time left palm on top of the right, or use the block. Relax the shoulders, keep the sitting bones down. Just another breath there. And then head up on the inhale, on the exhale to release. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling to twist and turn to the left. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Keep inhaling away from the lower back with every in-breath. And on the exhale, maybe twist a little deeper, making sure that this is only happening in the shoulders. Softening the facial muscles. 1 or 2 more breaths. This should not be hurting lower back. And final breath here. Inhaling and coming back to center. On the exhale, extend the legs again in front of you. Pointing toes forward and back a few times. And coming back to a cross-leg seated position. Resting hands on top of each other. Or why not, let's bring a hand at the heart, 1 hand at the belly. And without collapsing in the lower back, close your eyes here for a few breaths. Just saying thank you to yourself once again for showing on the mat. Thank you for coming back to your yoga practice. Tell yourself, I feel good, I feel happy. I am setting up myself for a wonderful day ahead. I am already having a beautiful day. I feel at peace with myself and with the world around me. And I feel my heart beating. And then I'm grateful and thankful for that. I am thankful for my legs, for helping me move through this practice. I am thankful to my eyes, my hearing, my smelling, every part of my body, every organ.
for perfectly functioning, working with me, helping me every day. Breathe. Feel yourself that you are alive. You're feeling wonderful. And saying thank you again for showing on the mat, honoring yourself in a positive way today. Bring the hands at the heart in Namaste. Maybe keeping the eyes closed just a little longer, pressing the fingers equally against each other. Take a moment here in gratitude, thankfulness. Exhaling, letting go out of the mouth. Final breaths here. All the tension, let it go. Smiling again at yourself from inside out. We are going to end the class here. And before we do that, I want to thank you so much for coming back and practicing with me again. Thank to yourself for being here. The divine light within me honors always the divine light within you. Namaste.